Good YouTube, it's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, retired, legendary, Hall of Fame, iconic superstar boxer, turned promoter and founder of Mayweather Promotions, the man known as Money, Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. Well, he all but weighs in and explains why he has no interest in his #1 ace prize fighter under his promotional banner, undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 26 wins, no losses, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach, facing off against undefeated, newly crowned unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer George KAMBOSOS Jr., who is 20 wins, no losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 69 or 70-inch arm reach. Okay, George KAMBOSOS, he shocked the world when he defeated former unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez back in November 27th, Madison Square Garden, New York. He shocked the world, George KAMBOSOS. He dropped Teofimo Lopez in the first round, faced adversity. He got dropped in the 10th round, got up, and then controlled the 11th and 12th round to win the fight and secure the victory. With that said, we know that Lou DiBella, promoter of George KAMBOSOS Jr., and George KAMBOSOS Jr., who witnessed Gervonta Tank Davis fight because they fought November 27th. He fought, George KAMBOSOS fought November 27th, and Gervonta Tank Davis, he fought December 5th, a week later, that very following Sunday. Okay, and George KAMBOSOS Jr.'s promoter, Lou DiBella, stated that their #1 objective was to secure a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, okay, because Gervonta Tank Davis is the cash cow, okay. He's the superstar from 140 on down. He is the pay-per-view star from 140 on down. He's the man from junior welterweight on down. Now, obviously, welterweight, you have guys like Errol Spence Jr., you have, obviously Canelo Alvarez. So those are the face. Then you have the heavyweight division. So as the heavyweight division goes, so goes the sport of boxing. So with that said, everybody looks to secure a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And so Lou DiBella, he did an interview in which he stated that that was his #1 objective, was to possibly secure a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis and capitalize on their momentum. Well, Floyd Mayweather, first Gervonta Tank Davis, he came out and he stated that he would like to fight George KAMBOSOS Jr., but he didn't want those belts. Okay, he said he could keep his belts. All right, and so with that said, Floyd Mayweather, he explains further, as this is, again, Floyd Mayweather is always on record, about what the sanction bodies mean. He says you can't eat the belts. When he was still active, he wasn't happy about the sanction bodies taking sanction fees, not giving him his belt on time. After he beat Manny Pacquiao, he was saying, "Where's my belt? They never send me my belt. You can't eat belts," So Floyd Mayweather, he always said he got bigger than the belts. He didn't need the belts, okay? And that was 1000% true. So now Floyd Mayweather, he explains that he's not going to have his fighter Gervonta Tank Davis go that route of having to pay these sanction fees, and these sanction fees are ripping off the boxers, okay? They're adding, he said there's no such thing as super champions. There's far too many belts in the sport of boxing. It's just causing confusion, and we need to clean up the sport of boxing, okay? And so Floyd Mayweather went to the WBC convention. He goes to these conventions, he makes his presence felt. I don't know how deep he delves into what's actually taking place. But Floyd Mayweather, he clearly lets his feelings be heard and his stance on these sanction bodies, right? He's been that way since the second half of his career. He was he had 2 careers. He was Pretty Boy Floyd, then he was Money Mayweather. And when he became Money Mayweather, he made it abundantly clear that, these sanction bodies are doing nothing but ripping off the fighters, okay? You're paying sanction fees, and you're not, getting anything in return other than a belt collecting dust on your shelf. Okay, so Floyd Mayweather, he rips into the sanction bodies, and he lets them know that there's far too many belts, okay? You got super champions, and, it's just causing confusion, okay? Which is ironic because Gervonta Tank Davis, you have guys like Paulie Malignaggi, who was a 2-time world champion. Paulie Malignaggi comes out and he debunks Gervonta Tank Davis being a 3-division champion. And he states that, Gervonta Tank Davis is not a 3-division champion. He's a 1-division champion, where he held actually the super titles at 130, okay? But at 135 and 140, he held the regular title, okay? So he wasn't the official champion at 135 and 140, okay? He fought Yuriorkis Gamboa for the vacant WBA regular title at 135, and then he fought Mario Barrios for Mario Barrios' junior welterweight WBA regular title at 140, okay? But this is a testament to what Floyd Mayweather is saying, because those are the regular titles, and the WBA has super titles, okay? And so, that causes more confusion. Now, we know at junior welterweight, though, you have undefeated, undisputed junior welterweight world champion, British superstar boxer Josh Taylor, who is going to be in action this upcoming Saturday against his mandatory Jack Cottrell. Obviously, Josh Taylor is the undisputed champion, and he's the 5th undisputed champion in the history of the sport of boxing. So if he's undisputed, that means he holds all 4 major sanction belts. So there's no way possible that Gervonta Tank Davis can be the champion. But Gervonta Tank Davis is the regular champion, okay? So with that said, Floyd Mayweather lets the let it be known his reasoning for is not that they don't want to do business with Lou DiBella, not that they don't want to fight George Kambosos Jr. They don't want any parts of those sanction fees and those belts, because they only hurt in the sport of boxing. And he said that it's embarrassing. The sanction bodies are embarrassing the sport of boxing. Okay, it needs to be cleaned up. It's causing too much confusion, and I agree 1,000%. You have the World Boxing Council, better known as the WBC. Okay, President Mauricio Suleiman, a board of 32 members, introducing a franchise title into the sport of boxing to cause even more confusion, especially in the lightweight division. But they did so to satisfy and cater to 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's now the undisputed super middleweight world champion. But when he was at middleweight, he held the WBC title, and at 160, and undefeated 2-division world champion superstar boxer Jamal Lyons Only Charlo is Canelo Alvarez mandatory at 160, and they introduced the franchise belt. Well, we're going to franchise him so he don't have to honor his mandatories, is what the WBC stated, okay? We're introducing this so that Canelo Alvarez doesn't have to honor his mandatories. So this gives him the room to be able to fight who he wants when he wants, okay? To make the big fights. And it's an acknowledgement and a trophy, is what the WBC stated about the franchise title, okay? It cannot be won or lost, okay? It's an acknowledgement of your accomplishments. It's a trophy, okay? It's not a official belt, but it's a pass, so to speak, okay? Well, then they changed the rules when it came to Vasyl Lomachenko, who fought Luke Campbell, British superstar, Olympic gold medalist, lightweight title contender. After Vasyl Lomachenko, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division champion, unified lightweight world champion, he fought Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC title that was vacated by Mikey Garcia, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, when Mikey Garcia dared to be great. So the WBC title became vacant. Devin Haney, undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer, is in line to fight Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC title. Well, then they allow Vasyl Lomachenko and Bob Arum to come in, petition for them to fight Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC title. They allow them to fight for the WBC vacant title, and Devin Haney's his mandatory, and Lomachenko petitions the WBC to be franchised. They oblige him, make him the franchise champion. Then so Lomachenko can go into a unification bout. Okay, now get this. Luke Campbell has never won a world title, never been a world champion. Lomachenko had never held the WBC title, nor has he defended the WBC title. This was his first time, and they awarded him the franchise title. And now he's going into a fight with the winner of Teofimo Lopez. Now, he beat Luke Campbell in August. Now, he's going into a unification bout with the winner of Teofimo Lopez, Richard Comey, that was taking place December 14th. So all this time, instead of fighting his mandatory in Devin Haney, okay, he opts to be franchised and sits on the shelf from August all the way until March, because the winner of that fight, December 14th, wasn't going to be ready to face off against him until at least March or April, okay, of the next year. Okay, so he sits on the shelf and they allow this. And once Teofimo Lopez brutally knocks out Richard Comey, he becomes the franchise champion. And then there's more confusion because they said you can't win or lose it. Okay, so how can Lomachenko lose the franchise title? He can't. Okay, so he never became undisputed. So with that said, now they state that Teofimo Lopez and his team petitioned to be franchised, but Teofimo Lopez and his team say they didn't petition to be franchised. It was offered to them to be franchised. And now he won the franchise title from Vasyl Lomachenko, okay, who essentially vacated the WBC title to become franchised, a la the reason why Jamal Charlo's the WBC middleweight champion, because essentially Canelo Alvarez vacated the WBC title to be franchised. So it elevated Jamal Charlo to the WBC champion. Okay. So that means Vasyl Lomachenko vacated the belt. Devin Haney was elevated to the WBC champion. And they passed the franchise title from Lomachenko to Teofimo Lopez, which is supposed to be a lifelong accomplishment and title. So Lomachenko's not supposed to lose the title. Okay. He's supposed to be franchise WBC champion right now because they said you can't win or lose it. Okay. And so they awarded to Teofimo Lopez to be franchised. Then Teofimo Lopez defends it against George Kambosos Jr. He loses, and then they award it to George Kambosos. So the WBC is causing more confusion. Then you have the WBA introducing the regular, super, silver, diamond WBA title. So what's the official title? Okay. There's just too much confusion when it deals with the sanction bodies. And Floyd Mayweather, he lets it be known that this is far too much confusion, and he wasn't going to let Gervonta Tank Davis go down that road and have these sanction fees for no reason. He's bigger than the belts, period. So it's being discussed that George Kambosos Jr. and Devin Haney are now in deep negotiations to stage the fight in May. Now that the zone higher up CEO stepped in and they are going to negotiate the fight, because it seemed like Lou DiBella couldn't, play nice in the sandbox with Eddie Hearn and Bill Haney, father, trainer, manager, and CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney. So looks like that's going to happen. So we got to see what's going to happen next with Gervonta Tank Davis as WBA, oddly enough, WBA interim lightweight champion, star boxer Rolando Rolly Romero, who was initially supposed to be Tank's opponent for December 5th, but he had faced some serious allegations which saw him removed from the fight, and Mexican star boxer Isaac Pitbull Cruz and put in that position. Rolando Rolly Romero's 14 wins, no loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. Seemed the WBA ordered, oddly enough, the interim champion to face the regular champion in Gervonta Tank Davis. So looks like that's going to be next. We got to see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Floyd Mayweather lets it be known he's not letting Gervonta Tank Davis go down that road and have to pay all these sanction fees. And so that's why they weren't interested in George Kambosos Jr. fight, nor are they interested in collecting these belts and paying these huge fees. And Floyd Mayweather said it's an embarrassment to the sport of boxing and it needs to be cleaned up. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
This is Amanda, the Real Deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.